In 1946, 3.4 million babies were born. This was the beginning of what we call the baby boom. From 1954 to 1964, approximately 4 million babies were born every year. Right now, almost 40% of the nation's population is formed by baby boomers. This leaves us an important question. Why? Why is this phenomenon happening? Well, the answer to this question is quite simple. Many Americans postponed their plans of marriage and kids because of the World War and Great Depression. They are having kids and making a life for themselves now because they feel economically and physically safe. This generation is the future of the nation, and we are confident that America will grow thanks to them. In hand with the baby boom has come the so called suburban boom. As soon as the war ended, we have heard William Levitt's name a lot. Levitt developed the Levy towns in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. These Levy towns are lands just outside the city with non-expensive houses that are ideal for young families starting a life of their own. This is not happening only because the war has ended and people are rebuilding their lives again. But our government is helping. The Federal Housing Association is giving loans to facilitate suburban housing construction. The government is encouraging all of us to live in the suburbs and work in the city.
On June 25th of 1950, the North Korean communists, supported by China and the Soviet Union, invaded the South country of the same name. President Kennedy has obtained permission to let our brave troops into Korean territory to help our Asian comrades to stop the aggression for part of the communists. The United Nations have decided to help us too by letting other nations' troops to help in the war against the communists of the North. After almost a year pushing the North Koreans back, we managed to negotiate a truce with them and China on the 5th of July, but during the next 2 years many negotiations were still breaking down several times. It isn't until July 23rd of 1953 when we finally achieved an armistice. The United States have achieved another victory.
Cold War, cold money. Our government has waged the Cold War, and doing so brought a lot of changes, and these are huge, massive, with obvious effects on our nation's economic performance. A lot of money has been spent for military use during this year, probably about $10 billion, and this is a high amount. We can tell that the relations with the Soviet Union are deteriorating, especially for the President Harry S. Truman and the officials at the Department of State. Pretty much all the purchases have been private, but we got this information from someone that works with them. We still don't know what they bought, but we're almost sure it's weaponry. The role of America has expanded in world affairs.
At almost the end of the era of the baby boom, a great institution was born, the New York Studio School of Drawing. It was founded in 1963 by a group of students and the artist Mercedes Melter as a result of search of a new and different institution for develop comfortably this new artistic that was born during this great era, that is, the abstract expressionism. One important reason for creating this institution was the deception of all the young artists and the great artist Mercedes of how all the institutions have been changing and not letting them develop this new form of art. An interesting fact is that how students could select the artists that they admire and they have been following since some time ago to teach them and to drive them the way they want. At the beginning, the necessity of more space was a problem, but with time, they could afford some bigger places to what it is nowadays.
Any place, any time is a good time for Coke.
Only Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling, refreshing new feeling, refreshing new feeling. Coca-Cola's bright and lively. Coca-Cola has more zest. Coca's a lot more zing than living. Refreshing zest. Only Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling, refreshing new feeling, refreshing new feeling. Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling. Coca-Cola.
getting married is no excuse to let needless bad breath and tooth decay make romance fade, fade, fade away. Remember,
You fight tooth decay, help stop bad breath all day with Colgate Dental Cream.
for most people, brushing after eating with Colgate with activated Gardol helps fight decay, helps stop bad breath originating in the mouth all day. Trouble often starts when food particles are trapped between your teeth. But Colgate with Gardol gives you activated foam as you brush, penetrates between teeth to help foam food particles away. Proper brushing with Colgate can mean fewer cavities, fresher breath for you. So keep your romance fresh with Colgate.
You fight tooth decay, help stop bad breath all day with Colgate Dental Cream.
On Friday, November 22 of 1963, President Kennedy was riding slowly in an open limousine through downtown Dallas with his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. At 12:30 p.m., President Kennedy was struck by two rifle bullets. One hit him on the base of his neck and the other one struck his head. President Kennedy was declared dead a few moments after arriving at Parkland Memorial Hospital. 24-year-old Lee Harvey Oswald was held guilty of Kennedy's murder. With these events, Vice President Johnson took the oath as new President of the United States of America on November 22, 1963 at 12:30 p.m.
In other news, the youth has become so influenced by the musicians that are creating a new and crazy style of music called rock and roll or rhythm and blues that consists of a dance with lots of movements. Elvis Presley, for example, is the most influential musician at the moment. He has a long hair combed as a dog, and all the crowd, including boys and girls, are crazy for him. The adult people reproached this music saying that it's crazy and that causes disorder between the youth. Besides this, an English band called the Beatles are influencing the youth, and it's planned that they arrive for the first time to our country by 1964. The youth now has become rebellious and they say they want to be free and be heard by the adult people. Their parents are so worried about what is going to happen with the future of their sons. So what is going to happen we will know in some years.
For the show, the reader get ready now. Go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but take me over my blue suede shoe.